Hey guys, welcome back. It's a beautiful day here in Ithaca, New York. We got tons of sun, making a bunch of solar power. Beautiful day here. And I have an awesome video for you. This video has already been viewed over 300,000 times. So that's how I know it's good. This is the video that Rich took when I first met Rich Rebuilds with the T-Rex trailer that's right in there. Since then, of course, you guys know I built the camper and I've had a lot of stuff going on. I've got a bunch of other news for you. I'm sure people are wondering what happened with the service of my car. I'm actually still in the process of getting that all fixed. They addressed a couple of things, but I have another service appointment for a week from now, I think, to come back and do a couple other things. So that's not quite done, not quite ready for another video yet, but at least my problems with Tesla service are moving in the right direction, hopefully. But back to today's video. I talked to Rich. It's been out there for a year now. So I asked him if he minded if I put it on my channel. He didn't care. It just at the time, I was just so excited and just so busy answering all of his questions that I didn't even take a video of this whole meeting. So some of you might have actually already seen this video, but I'm surprised at how many people haven't. So when I've gone to car shows and when I've shown off the T-Rex camper and the Model X and stuff, people are like, oh, do you know that guy? Some guy named Rich, and I think he met somebody who also did one of these. I'm like, oh yeah, that's Rich Rebuilds, and then that was me in the video. And like, oh wow, that was you. So some people have seen it, some people haven't. So here it is in all its glory. You guys can check this out if you haven't seen it already. I do have a lot of other stuff going on. One thing I'll show you real quick. This is going to be a super sneak peek that nobody even knows about yet. But you might notice some wires going between the Model X and the T-Rex camper. That's been something I've been working on this whole time as well. I've been hesitant to really talk anything about it yet, especially with my Tesla service issues. And that's another reason why I've just been so stressed with the Tesla service, because I wanted to get that done and out of the way and the car repaired so I could maybe talk a little bit more about what I have going on with the Model X and the T-Rex camper. A lot of good things, a lot of cool things happening with that I may or may not release soon. I'm not sure exactly when or what, but I do want to pass some information off to you guys here shortly. But thanks a lot for watching, guys. Enjoy the video. Have a good day.
I think there's some coolant seeping at the bottom. We're actually gonna get out of here. This seems very shady. Hey guys, Rich with Rich Rebuilds here, and I'm back with something really cool I want to show everyone. Now, I made a video a while back with the Tesla battery trailer that Lee and I made together, which we thought it was really cool, but everyone complained about how it wasn't powered or how they were expecting batteries to be actually inside the trailer to add range to the car that was pulling it. Well, I didn't put batteries in it for a few reasons. One, I didn't want to tow with my Model S. Two, I don't need the extra range. And three, I wanted to be able to use it with different vehicles without having to worry about the needless weight penalty. So all this being said, I got a message on my Instagram @RichieBKid that there was a person that used a Tesla battery pack to add additional range to their EV. So I hopped in my Z06, drove 4 hours, and of course the car obviously broke down. So we hopped in my friend Sergey's Audi for the rest of the trip to see this battery pack trailer in person, and here is what we found. What is this?
Hey, you made it.
What is this?
Man in the flesh.
My friend, how's it going, buddy?
Nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you, man. That's, Sam, famous Sam, and Sergey, one of three. So tell me more about this thing I'm looking at, this monstrosity here.
Yeah, so this is my range extending trailer. The battery itself is a Rav4 battery pack. Toyota hired Tesla to make this car. It's a pretty cool piece of history because it really helped Tesla get started. The factory they actually use now for the Model S's, X's, and everything came from this deal because that factory used to be a Toyota factory.
Really?
Because of this little red-headed stepchild, these two car companies came together to make.
They had a mini partnership because when I was taking apart my Tesla, the Generation 1 DC to DC converter, it's a Toyota part. And when I called Toyota and cross-reference it, they're like, oh yeah, DC to DC converter, you want it? I'm like, whoa, it's crazy. And that's the trick, is that, like, you know how Tesla won't sell you parts? Right. But if I call Toyota and order it through them, they'll happily give it to you.
Wow. So the car itself uses a lot of Tesla parts, just like you're talking about. So it has the motor from Gen 1 Model S's, has the Gen 1 charger.
Which motor is it? Do you know which motor? Is it the, probably the small motor, I'm assuming, right?
I definitely could get that info. I just actually don't know that off the top of my head.
It looks like a pretty decent sized one. I'm not really sure either, but it doesn't matter. I'm more interested in the amount of zip ties that were used for this.
That's Tony.
That's a lot of zip ties.
You got to get a shot of this. This is the JDMO, the quick charge power JDMO.
Yep.
So that's
why
Tony's install.
why do you have this? Like, tell me more about this.
So the car didn't come with a fast charging option.
Right.
It's really a shame, but they built the car on a budget basically. They had to offer the car, so they really just kind of threw it together, basically.
Right.
So it wasn't required by law that they had to have a fast charging option in order to get the mandate, the credits, and all that stuff in California. So it didn't include it. So the guy in California, Tony from Quick Charge Power, he's a huge Rav4 EV guy.
Enthusiast,
yeah,
right?
He's really in the EV world, and he designed all of this. He drove out here in his Model S and installed it. Well, here.
That traitor, he has a Model S? He should have a Rav4. What the hell's going on?
Well, I think he's got like 3. I think he's got like 3 of these, of the Rav4, and a Model S and a 3 now, I think.
I guess that makes sense.
I guess he's doing all right.
You're keeping it. Yeah, he's doing okay for himself, right? Yeah.
So yeah, this is added, and both battery packs are in parallel. So when I charge off that, it's charging both at the same time.
Ah.
And this is what I.
Oh, look at this! This is a literal Tesla part number on here.
Yeah.
And it has the Tesla T on it.
Yep.
Look at that.
So it's different design. It's similar modules.
Yeah.
But they're just different configuration. Like all the, I guess I could probably get technical with you because you probably know all this
Get
stuff,
technical with me. Go ahead.
So yours is 96 series cells.
Mm-hmm.
This one is 92.
Okay.
So some of the other cars, like the Smart car, I think is 90.
Right. It's a little bit older.
So the voltage is a little different. But these two battery packs are the same. I mean, they're both from Rav4s. They're both running in parallel, so what happens with that one when I charges this one as well.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. So I made a video called the Tesla battery pack trailer that wasn't actually powered.
Oh, yeah.
And the amount of shit that I got for that video, people were just like, it's not even a powered trailer, you bastard. But this is an actual powered, a Tesla literal battery powered trailer. My biggest fear was this. The reason why I didn't want to do it was because A, I'm lazy. B, I don't really drive that far. And C, I wasn't really sure how it would work bringing the high voltage from a pack and from a remote pack and running it into the vehicle itself. That was my biggest thing, thinking about turns and twists and if the cables got bunched up, and also having it go directly back into the, right to the contactors, back to the battery pack itself. Yeah. That and the Tesla battery pack is incredibly heavy. Oh, yeah. And I wasn't really sure about the weight penalty versus range. So what are you noticing here? How much does this weigh and how is it hooked up?
So this battery pack alone is about 840 pounds. And
okay.
The trailer's a couple hundred pounds. So I usually say about 1,000 pounds. And on the highway, there really isn't much of a penalty. It's really nice. So I was doing some testing. I took a trip to Poolville and Washington, D.C. for the Drive Electric stuff. So I did some testing with that, and I was getting about 3.4 miles per kilowatt hour on average. That was over about 200 miles. So it's actually really good. I mean, because once you get on the highway, once you're cruising along, right, it's in the slipstream of the car.
Exactly, it's right behind the car anyways.
Thin tires.
Right.
So it's really not that bad at all. Like,
so wait,
city driving is a pain in the
my
butt.
biggest concern is this. Why don't you have those moon covers? Actually, wait, hold on. There's a safety thing here. You're actually missing a zip tie.
I know.
Right there. All right, let's...
not gonna pass inspection.
So yeah, so how come you don't have the moon covers over the trailer too? That just seems like sloppy work to me.
Of course he called me out on that. This battery pack is actually a little bit, well, it's older, but it's a little bit younger than this one, less use. So it's a 2012, but it only had 4,500 miles on it.
Oh wow. That's from a wrecked one, obviously, right? Unless you literally stole it from someone.
I don't know if I should say, but it kind of came from.
So we won't talk about that too much.
Cool.
All right.
So yeah, I just lucked out. I was looking all over for a battery pack. I didn't necessarily want a Rav4 battery pack. I wanted a 100 kilowatt hour pack.
Those are pricey.
They are, and they're still hard to find.
Yeah, they're not that many wrecked 100Ds, well, 100 kilowatt hour cars out there.
So I found this, and it just ends up being perfect because it's the same battery. The voltage is going to be the same. Running in parallel is going to be super easy. But like you, with what you saw with the trailer hate, everything on there, I had all that before you even posted that video. So I was actually defending you a little bit. I had comments in there about, no, it's definitely possible.
Yeah.
It's stupid. He's not going to blow up his family.
Right.
It works. So I want to do the same thing here with the 100 kilowatt hour pack.
Yeah.
I also want to take the case and just stuff it full of the modules from the 100 kilowatt hour pack and put that under the car.
Oh, put it on the car itself?
Underneath, yeah.
Jesus, man. I mean, how far do you drive?
Not really. It's just
a cool thing. Yeah, the fun thing. Yeah.
I used to drag race. I was always into cars, and you'd always soup up your car and play around. And this is just another way of souping up your car and doing something cool.
So let's get into, so two things. How much range do you get? with both packs?
So for range, for the car itself,
yeah,
without towing anything, my record when it was new was 144 miles.
Okay.
Which is pretty good, especially for a bigger car like this. Now I'm around 130 because it's degraded a little bit.
Yeah, over time.
3,000 miles. With both, around 250, maybe 260.
Okay.
So I have 41 kilowatt hours in this and about 39-ish in that one.
All right, so about 260-ish.
Yeah.
Okay, and so you're saying you want to do a trailer and you want to add more batteries underneath of the car as well.
That's the goal. It only takes money, right?
That's all. Yeah, that's all you need. You ever think of getting a different platform? Maybe
I love this car.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have any kids?
Yeah, I just have my first.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Awesome.
Yeah. So we've got room in the car seat there. We have a dog that we take everywhere, so we can fit the crate right back here.
Right.
But for the price, it's really hard to beat the RAV4. It's just an awesome car.
You get a Model X. I'm just kidding. Yeah. For $100,000. Right.
How much was this when it was new?
So when it was new, they were really expensive. They were
in the 30s, right?
It was about 50,000.
Holy shit! Yeah. What?
Yeah,
I thought you were gonna say the 30s, like mid-high 30s.
50,000, and from what I've heard, mostly through Tony, is they lost about $40,000 on every one of these they sold.
I believe it, 50 grand. I just go there and spit on them at the dealership. That's amazing. Do you care to share how much you paid for this, or do you want to keep it? Does your wife know how much you paid for this?
With the car or the trailer?
Both.
She knows about the car. The trailer, baby, I love you. But it was about $6 grand for the battery, which is a steal.
That's not bad.
No, it's a steal.
No.
And then I've got about another 1,000, 1,500 in
the trailer.
Else.
That's nothing.
Yeah, it's really not bad.
No, it's not bad at all, dude. Yeah, no.
I don't think she'll be too surprised by it.
No, that's totally fine.
So I think my lease was like $450 a month.
Yeah.
But because Toyota didn't advertise the car, they didn't want people to know that they could build it.
They were trying to give them away at this point because no one really knew.
So I got a great lease deal on it, and they actually gave me unlimited mileage.
Really?
So if I was going to turn it in,
it wouldn't have mattered.
I drove 100,000 miles on it, and it wouldn't have mattered. But...
Right. So what's in this box?
Oh, so that's all the important stuff.
Drugs? Yeah, wait, hold on. You have a little round green light. This is like this.
Yeah, so this is the on-off button here.
Yep.
And this is a contactor kill button here. So if there's ever any issue, I can just quickly turn off the contactors that are inside the pack here. And then I have a light, so I know cooling is being called for, if the heat's being called for.
So how do you have this wired in? Are those directly on the contactors themselves, those high voltage cables? Like how do you have these right here? Like how are those wired in?
So it goes right into a junction box right there, and I just tied in with the junction box that was there from the factory.
Okay.
So once the contactors are turned on, then I have power here.
Oh, so you control the contactors from this box?
Yeah.
Oh, yep. Okay.
And then I actually, for safety, I have another set of contactors that in a box that I put in the back of the car here.
Right.
So I installed a switch on my dash. So what I do in order to charge, I turn this on first.
Yep.
I come over here. Usually I start the charge first.
Yep.
And then I hit the button on my dash to close these contactors back here.
Right.
And then they're actually in parallel.
All right, so tell me what's going on in the box.
So inside the box is all my pump. The controller here.
Okay.
Shows pack voltage, current going into the pack right now, status for the contactor. So right now it says closed.
Oh, so it says pack voltage 375.
Yep.
65 amps.
And the bottom line cycles through different stats.
Max temp, yeah. So that tells you, that's a lot of cool shit, man.
Yeah, and it also does all the switching too, which is nice. So you guys were looking at this earlier. And previously I had a lot of things manual until I had the controller. So I had levers to move the fluid through this compared to the Tesla heater, which you've seen those before.
And that's just you cooling the coolant, is that right?
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So I used to do all that stuff manually.
I like those PC fans, those are cool, man.
That's the one I gave you, the heater.
Yeah, those fans are...
Oh wait, that's the Tesla,
yeah. Oh,
the Tesla heater.
I see it. It's like...
We have the same one in here too.
Really?
Yep, same exact one in the RAV4. So the controller now does all that switching, and I don't have to do anything with it anymore. It's really easy. So this is kind of a rare part, got it from China. It's a 12-volt three-way valve. So depending on if it's saying it needs heating or cooling, it'll divert the fluid.
It's a switching.
That was like $30 compared to
that's
the
awesome.
Tesla part.
Yeah, which you can't even really get.
They have it in like BMWs, and so it's what I have. But it's like an OEM, like you could use it too.
What, these right here?
Yeah, like the three-way valves.
Okay.
Bottom,
yeah.
That's pretty wild. So you have the heat, charge, high voltage contactors, high voltage pack. This thing's pretty neat.
Thing right there.
Yeah, it's a little what is that? Raspberry Pi? What is that?
It's a car loop. It's a car loop dongle. So that right there is an OBD2 connector.
Yep.
And that'll send data from the pack, and then I also have another one for the Rav4.
Yeah.
It'll send it to an iPad that I have in the car, so I can look at all my pack voltage, all the specs while I'm driving. Well, maybe not while I'm driving, when I'm pulled over safely.
Of course.
So
it's like a remote display, effectively.
exactly. Yep.
Yeah, this thing's pretty solid. This is what solar charge convert. What do you have?
Yeah. So I got the trickle charger there. So if it's off, it does have a DC to DC converter here.
Right.
So when the system is on, it's always recharging the 12-volt battery.
Gotcha.
So it's not going to go dead. But if I don't turn it on for a while, it could. I mean, batteries go dead.
Yeah.
So I have a 30-watt panel on the top just to trickle charge it.
That's not bad. That keeps the battery charged at all times. I mean,
Yeah.
that's
Everything's self-containing.
Do you have a lock for this thing? I'd be terrified of this thing getting stolen.
I got locked there, and I've got cables that I'll put on the wheels anytime I park.
Do you have like a GPS for this thing?
Yes.
Where do you park this thing? What's your home address? I think there's some coolant seeping at the bottom. We're actually gonna get out of here. This seems very shady. No, don't touch it. Don't touch anything.
Yeah.
No, that's
one flaw I still got to work on.
That's
But it's with all the bouncing, it somehow comes out the top.
This thing must bounce like crazy.
There's an insulation hole over there.
So I actually put a little piece of rubber in there, and it still makes it.
You thought of everything. So where do the cables run? Those high voltage cables run underneath the car.
They come up underneath in the back.
Okay.
So there's a big empty area under here.
Yep.
That I was able to just drill through some thin metal and get up inside, and then it goes through the middle of the car.
Yep.
And then comes out through the firewall on the left side over there.
Right.
And it joins over in that area where all those magic zip ties are.
That's pretty
so
wild.
It comes up on the left over there.
And then what is it? It ties directly into the charger.
It ties into the JDMO contactors that he has right underneath here.
Ah, okay.
So he added a box that's under here that was just normally empty, so there was a lot of room for him to add his parts here.
Right.
And I just tied into the battery side of that.
Okay. And what's this fuse over here for?
This goes to a distribution block I have in the back that provides power to the contactors that are inside the car that I added. Nice. And whatever else I need power back there for.
You're making me want to do this, man.
I think we should.
If I wasn't so damn lazy.
It's actually, it really wasn't that bad. I started maybe January of last winter.
Yeah.
I had it done by May. My whole goal was to have it done for a road trip to Chicago.
Yeah.
Out there for a wedding.
This is a fascinating project. There's a lot of people, there's a lot of haters out there, I'm wagging my finger, that said that this couldn't be done, and this guy did it. You know, I made a sexy trailer that does nothing, and this guy made a very utilitarian, rugged trailer that actually is very useful. So I think that's super impressive, man. I think that's really cool.
I wanted it to be self-containing.
Yeah.
So that this could be at my house, and my plan was eventually to get solar panels and stuff for my house.
Yeah.
And this would be a home energy storage for the house as well.
Well, you could put power back into the house, effectively. Yeah, that's a smart idea.
So all I have is the Anderson connector there, and I would just need a home inverter.
Right.
To take the power from this to send it to the house.
Right.
But also, it's great if you have like a cabin, or if you want to travel and take your power with you or something, and you don't have power at the house.
Right.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of possibilities.
There's a lot going in this. This is a lot, man. Why do you have this emergency white lithium grease in here?
It's for the controller, or the connector here.
I see.
Yeah. I figured you'd notice that and bust my balls about it.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I'm like, you should have known. You knew I was coming, so you knew it was gonna happen.
I should have taken it out.
You should have taken it out. But no, this is impressive. I like this a lot. This is reminiscent of when I first saw Sam's build.
Heck yeah, that was cool.
This is.
I saw that in the video. I'm like, wow, that's neat.
Yeah,
I watched that twice.
Yeah. Hey, buddy. Nice meeting you, man.
Nice meeting you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for coming out.
This is an awesome experience. How much of a drive do you have back?
About 210 miles. It's really not too bad. It's like 4 hours.
Yeah.
I usually keep it about 58, 60, somewhere right around there.
Do you get looks on the highway with this thing, pulling this pack?
I don't really notice.
Yeah, because you know why?
Zipping past me.
You know why? Cause it's like a white, obscure box on the back of it.
What was weird that I was a little nervous about was I had to pick up my wife at O'Hare.
Yeah.
With this.
Oh yeah, good luck.
So I was a little nervous about pulling in there, and they're gonna. What the hell is this?
Yeah.
Yeah, here are the cops. come with us.
Is there any way for you to charge the pack without the car?
I can't, but I do want to work on that. So
okay.
I want to add a Gen 2 Tesla charger. There's some guys who have hacked them, so I'd like to try to get one of those in here, but also maybe get another CHAdeMO charger attached to this, so then I could really charge a lot quicker.
Right.
All I'd have to do is close the contactor back here
and have it go directly to the right.
Yeah, and then just charge them both.
Oh, so you can charge it. You can charge it independently. You could close the contactors here.
Yeah.
And have it go right to this, but you don't have control. You don't have control of those contactors, right? Is that what it is?
So I have a button on the dash. It just says aux battery. It was just a switch that I found.
Yeah. Oh, that's kind of cool.
So that'll turn on and off the contactors in the back of the car.
Right.
So that'll either connect both packs or disconnect both.
Okay.
So if I close that, I can still charge this car normally, and this car would just be its own, just like
independent thing.
New. Yeah.
That's cool, man. All right, dude. Hey, awesome. I appreciate that. I'll shake your hand again.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
This was an awesome.
I feel pretty honored that I impressed Rich Rebuilds.
You know what you can do to charge this separately? You can get a little AVC2 board. It's just tricks the J1772 into thinking that it's plugging in.
Yeah.
And you could just like hook it up. You would need some kind of BMS just to monitor it, but you could easily just set it up, say at this voltage per cell, just cut off something like that.
All right, cool, man. I appreciate it. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, everyone. Sergey, you guys are great. So this is gonna be really interesting. Well, everyone, I hope you enjoyed that video. Sorry the camera was jumping around so much. I was obviously very excited. If you have any questions for James, his email/YouTube is in the description box below. And don't forget to stay tuned and subscribe for more interesting builds like this one, as well as some really cool electric conversions. I will see you guys soon.